Oh my God. We're back.
We're back.
We're home.
We're back IRL.
You're stateside once more.
I've returned to the U.S. You've returned to
Vision.
eyesight.
I got
How's
my
your
LASIK.
vision?
2020.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The only thing that is weird is at night there's like a glow around lights.
You saw the TV glow?
I'm seeing the TV glow at night. But
You're a little trans at night.
But that will go away.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. I mean, the surgery is terrifying. And I wasn't scared until I was being led to the operating room. Because they do it on a certain day. They all do it on a Thursday, which is why I had to do it that day. So there's like a dozen people waiting. They line you up. One by one, they bring you in.
How long does it take?
20 minutes. But they give you Xanax, but I couldn't take it, obviously.
Yeah.
So they gave me a teddy bear.
Ew.
So I was like, I'll take it. But I actually needed it. They press down in your eye. Sorry, this is trigger warning.
Say it.
Trigger warning. They press down in your eyes. You feel your eyes pop open. You hear like, and then they slice your eyes.
Wait, they press
They press down so hard in your eyes that your eyes like you feel like a pop.
What presses on it?
Glass. They put a glass
disc
in your. They put your lids over each part and then they just press down. And
Get the fuck out.
And you hear, and I went, and then.
Does it hurt?
No, you're numb, but it's just, you're feeling it, so it's bizarre.
Oh,
and then
my.
they slice your eye across, and for a second, you're like basically blind. And I went, is this normal? I can't see. Is this normal? And he went, yeah, you'll see in about 5 seconds. And then all of a sudden they start lasering, bzz, 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 and you smell your eyeball burning.
What the fuck? I can't believe you raw dogged this.
Well, I mean, I'm just paid $5,900 for this shit, so I better raw dog it if I want to.
Oh my God.
So then you hear bzz, 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 and then they do it to each eye, and then they bring you up and they say, can you read the clock on the wall? And I was like, yes. It was insane. When the vision returns, I went, holy fuck.
That's witchcraft.
It is witchcraft. And then the doctor hugs you on the way out.
Oh, that's nice.
Because it was emotional.
Yeah.
I was like emotional.
Yeah, I love those videos of like little kids.
I was like the child
you're
with
like
a
a
hearing
child
aid.
who can't hear that then hears their mother's voice or they can't see and then they can
laughing.
see everything and they're so happy.
No, but it was terrifying. And Simon was out of town, so Matt, my best friend, took me. So thank God I had someone there.
Yeah.
Because it's scary. But then you had to wear those.
You wear the Miranda goggles.
But pretty much by the end of the day, you can see clearly. It's actually astounding. And you feel overwhelmed. Like it's like kind of, I had a moment of weirdly feeling like I was trapped in my own body.
Interesting. Why?
Because I'm so used to peeling a layer off and taking a layer off at night. So it feels like now that I can't, I felt like weirdly stuck. Because
it took you out of your routine.
Yeah. Because I've had contacts since I was like 11. So
and now you just like open your eyes.
Now I go.
And you just close them.
Yeah.
And you don't wear glasses. And you don't wear contacts.
No.
That's incredible. Worth it? Worth every penny?
Every penny.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Damn.
The only thing that I will lose a year of my life remembering the sound of my eyes.
Yeah. I don't love that.
But it weirdly felt kind of good. I was like, my eyeballs are popping out. They're popping my eyeballs out.
They popped your eyeballs out your damn head.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I drove myself the next day.
That's crazy.
Driving through LA with...
I'm really glad that it went off. I was a little nervous.
For me?
Yeah. I think after Toegate, I just got nervous.
Well, yeah. And
because you just never know.
I mean, this doctor has done 70,000 procedures, so like, and not one issue. So I was...
That's a good odds.
But last week was a cursed week, so I was like, anything could happen.
Yeah, but also I would argue that in a cursed week like that,
that's
like
true.
It's good to do something
good for
risky.
Yourself. Yeah.
Because like there's just so much happening on the side that like no one has time for your risks.
But the only thing was they demanded I go home and sleep for 2 hours.
wish someone would do that to me every day.
And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. And then I simply went home and
slept.
Got him, closed blackout shades, and we slept for 2 hours. Good. I was like, I don't know how these people they're controlling me. It's mind control.
This is Operation.
It's a psyop.
It's Monarch, or what is it? MK Ultra.
Maybe.
You have been.
But it's amazing to see things clearly. It's wild.
I love
probably a better vision than you.
You do, definitely. You do.
You do.
Because I'm realizing that my vision is
slipping.
Like I can't see things that are far away. I mean, I've learned it. I've learned it the hard way with the teleprompters, but I was learning it
when you're constantly reading
when I'm like, get it bigger.
Award shows.
Yeah. No, in the stew.
No, I know. I'm just imagining you like reading.
But I learned it at the train stations while I was traveling because I'm like.
Is there a world where you can get glasses?
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to a glasses, like statement glasses. I try some on, and I'm excited for like what I'm going to bring to the table.
True. For how impaired I was, I've earned the right to have fake glasses for style.
Is that what you want next?
Once in a while, I might want to just be kind of fun. Just to cosplay again and
to be like a little bit Sheena in the mornings with her blue glasses.
But I've earned it.
Yeah. Once you've had glasses, then you can go back.
But it's weird. They call it eye hickeys. I still have like
noticing
red because it's like they're plunging your eyes.
Blood vessels.
I was literally like, I went,
Eye shit is crazy.
The smell of my eyeballs. Never forget. The smell of
smell of your skin burning.
Tissue. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm good.
I'm excited for you.
Sounds like you had a great trip to Italy.
I had a fabulous trip.
Was listening to the episodes I wasn't on.
How'd it feel? FOMO vibes?
John and Michelle are iconic.
People were...
John's clips
are great.
Going viral.
He serves.
He does serve.
I know. Yeah, you had a wedding and then you had your LASIK, and it just happened that the releases of those EPs were back to back, I think.
I know.
And
for anyone who's concerned,
it seemed like you were out, but don't be concerned.
Fear not.
Sometimes things happen and one of us will have a guest.
But I was so rattled by John's revelation about Nancy Grace.
Mm-hmm.
He has such good stories.
I know.
But yeah, we're back. We're here. We're ready to go.
We're so fucking back.
You're so happy to be back in America, I know.
My expectations were so low. Like, I was like, the vibes are going to be so cursed. I have to just...
And it wasn't that bad?
It wasn't that bad.
Good.
I think people are kind of like, meh. In California, people are walking around like bobbleheads everywhere. So I'm like, it's back to normal for them. I'm like, the ladies are in their workout. They're in the Lululemons, going to Erewhon.
Yeah.
It was nice to come back and spend like $300 on groceries for like one bag of groceries.
You went,
I said, we're so fucking back.
This is
it's
what
incredible
it means
to order just like some coffee, milk, and bananas and have it delivered to my house for $95.
This morning?
No, like when I got back. I just said tomorrow I need to wake up with this stuff here. Tony's acting up.
I will never post proof that I have routinely DoorDash Starbucks to my house.
I've never done that.
I jokingly made fun of myself once because you know how they leave like evidence with a photo, and it was a picture of me going like with the bag, and some like very cool Gen Z person was like, "This is the most loser behavior I've ever seen."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I know, bitch. That's why I posted it.
Why don't you turn fucking 30 and then
no?
Let's
But I was
talk.
like, and then all these people like started like agreeing with her, piling it on, and I deleted it. But I was like, this is why I posted it, because I am calling myself a fucking loser. You can't call someone calling themselves a loser.
True. I've never Postmated a Starbucks to my house, but I live way closer to a Starbucks than you do. That would be...
And the Starbucks that is near me is...
It's dicey.
Used to have a bouncer.
Yeah.
So let's be real.
I was on a true mission in Europe that was me getting to the bottom of where all the size 42 shoes are.
You're Sasquatch.
I was fucking Sasquatch out in these streets.
Does Michelle? She's a tall
She's
girl.
also a 42. So we were storming.
Oh my God, you're the 42 sisters. Instead of the Bagger sisters, it's Lara and Michelle.
And just our huge feet. Every store I was going, I was like, where are they?
Did they have them?
No, many didn't, and I was shocked because I thought.
Did they look at you kind of like, we don't have those?
Do you understand how many times I went into Miu Miu in Rome and I was like, what's the deal? Like, how can I get these shoes? I was like, where are they? I was like, can I get a pre-order going? What's that?
You arbitrated.
I was arbitrating, and they were like, some guy that works there, his name was Roman, had like sold me sunglasses last time I was there. And so they were like, you should talk to Roman. He's like on his lunch break.
Who the fuck is Roman?
Well, I pretended like
this is in
Roman
Rome or in Milan?
This is in Rome, and I was like, we're old friends. I was like, hey, it's me. He did not know who I was. He was like, good to see you. I was like, so the 42s, like, will you text me about them? And he's like, get out of here, freak. So then I was like, I'm not making any 42 headway. I went, Tony.
To be in the boot itself and to not be able to find. Truly.
I went in like Isabel Marant to try and get like a slouchy boot, and they have like pigeon shoe. It's like, it truly is putting
Cloven hooves.
No, and they refuse. They straight up refuse to make a 42, and the 42 that they do make is in like one type of boot, and it is not a true 42. And I was like, can you please?
Is it a hideous boot?
It's not the boot that I wanted.
No, you can't. You have to settle.
Yeah, I'm not into a settle.
I feel like Miu Miu would have.
But then I said, I gotta hit Miu Miu in Milan. I gotta go to ground fucking zero Miu Miu.
And they had it?
No. But then, but I did meet Bruna, who is now my Miu Miu dealer.
Are you like keeping up with her?
We FaceTimed today.
Stop it.
We FaceTimed today.
You were wild.
I should not have unleashed this side of myself, because I was like, she was like, I'll call you. Like, I can take you to the showroom on virtually and show you everything from the new season, and then you can choose what you want. And
she's
like,
your plug.
No, she's the plug. She was like, we don't ship to the US, but you can like figure it out. I was like, I'll figure it out. And like, she took me to the showroom today. I was like, this is not good.
How old is she?
She's very young.
Bruna is a true...
She's my Miu Mule.
She's a female. She's like a true friend to females. A lady to lady.
I told her
she's your girl.
I told her my woes, and she was like, we can do something about this.
I bet she's so chic.
Everyone is. I was truly gagged at the showroom.
So she brought you on FaceTime to the showroom?
She WhatsApp video called me and took me around the showroom from the brand new spring collection.
You were like sitting there curious. Like that meme of Sarah Paulson in American Horror Story with like the glow of the TV screen on you. Like,
because I was like, I want a pair of sneakers. It's probably like the cheapest thing that they offer. I'm not looking to like drop coin, but then she's showing me all these things. So out of curiosity, I'm like, how much is this jacket? Like, how much is this purse?
Yeah.
And it's like astronomical.
What do the boots look like that you want?
The Isabel ones were like they're kind of ugly but cool. They're like a small heel.
Okay.
And they're really, Google Isabel Marant slouchy kitten heel boots.
I do love a kitten heel.
It's like those brown suede ones with like not those, with like the metal heel.
Oh.
They're fucking pirate boots.
I don't know, Lars.
No, they were good on.
I like those, like the Neiman Marcus, the ones.
You like the...
Yeah, but I guess I don't like accoutrement.
I love
you want to be Miss Wench.
I want to be fucking Johnny Depp.
Oh, fuck. I like the
not those.
No.
Not those.
The one right above. Oh no! Oh my God, Laura, you can't wear those.
No, those are cockroach vibes.
Okay.
These.
Laura, you cannot wear these.
I could do it.
Girl, I don't know about these.
Well, you know what? The good news
I like the ones. I mean, you probably think they're too simple, but I like the ones. Not those. Not the chrome ones. These. I like those. Those are cute.
They're not slouching enough.
Oh, you need like. You're gonna have like Lara's gonna have like literal
Left
pirate.
to my own devices, it would get so fucking ugly
Okay.
so fast. The one they're not even showing the ones that I wanted, which had literal like
slouch
fringe and
boots.
jewels.
I like these. I like a slouchy boot, but I don't like.
Go to isabelmarant.com.
I'm not into the pirate.
It's so Puss in Boots.
No, you can't wear these.
I can't because
No.
they won't. They refuse to make them in my
Okay,
size. They go absolutely not. They go ma no, giantess,
I
ma
am
no.
thanking God in the highest that they don't make them in your size, because I can't. As your friend, I can't let you wear these.
They're so good.
No, I don't know. I mean, I like a fringe. I think it's purely the buckle.
You don't like the jewels.
I don't like the jewels. I'm just imagining you walking up to like the Grove wearing like
Slouching.
Like,
I'm gonna have to show you the exact ones that I want. And please, this is where I get activism. Is boot activism. We're like, make 42s. Make
They
42s.
should. They
make
should.
42s.
They should, for all shapes and sizes. Is she Italian?
No, they're French.
They're French.
French don't want to fuck with 42s. Italians are more open to a big-footed diva. Those with the fringe, nope, to the right.
Oh! No!
Oh, yes!
Laura, come on.
Yes!
You like those?
I like them.
Okay.
They're so...
You know who they are? They're very Carrie's downstairs neighbor and just like that. She's
really
the queen
are.
of slouch.
She is the queen
She's a
of
slouchy
slouch.
boot come to life.
These were...
Okay, I can get behind these more than pirate. Actually.
They're cool.
These somehow work more. It's for me. Maybe it's the color. I like this.
It's the color.
It's like almost like a terracotta brown.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is too dark, and it looks like Mudang a little.
It is a bit mood.
But that
41.
Oh my God, that's so unfair.
It's so unfair.
What the fuck?
I squeezed my hoof into a 41, and it was
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable.
You gotta get them custom fitted, girl.
I know, but then if you
Okay, This
See?
is a
Thank
little
you.
better. It's
justice at last.
but I will not that other
go back
one,
and let's look at the other ones.
No, and this is the last time I'm gonna even consider this. That is the ugly. I'm sorry. That is an abomination.
The tall one.
Both of them. It's the color.
It's a color. It's a bit.
I don't like the
cockroach.
color.
Go up a little bit more.
It's Mudang.
Oh, I love that. Oh, those are the ones I tried on a 41. Oh.
Is that a dark green?
No, it's a black.
Oh, it's the light.
It's the light.
Okay. I'm like, oh no, it didn't work.
But even their 40, they actually need to make 43s, these people, because their 42s aren't a true 42.
Right. Well,
So it's the boot is moot at Isabel.
Bruno,
But
she's gonna find you something.
No, she did.
As long as you don't get. I can't let you get those.
What?
The Mudangs.
They won't. They don't even make them.
Okay.
And also,
The other ones I like.
I'm in no position to special order anything because I mean at Miu Miu
Listen, it's manifesting.
No, I know.
It's about-
I'm astral projecting
It's
to
a
the place
time-
of Bruna and I FaceTiming and me being like, I'll take that, and
This
that.
is a few years down the road, but you'll be able to do. So it's good to just get it going now.
I
Establish a
want to
connection
establish
now.
the relationships. It was a networking.
Finesse.
It was shopping networking, and
You're
I had to
good.
do what I had to do. And
Yes.
European activism.
You've
for
got
my
Bruna.
42 for my
You've
42.
turned Bruna. Bruna now has she is now aware of the discrimination that you face, and she will help.
She's
you.
helping me.
So she's now like, this isn't okay.
Yeah.
So
She's an ally.
bellissima.
Bellissima.
Um,
Allora.
I wanted to talk about speaking of international security threats, those boots. I want to talk about the UAP congressional hearing that took place yesterday.
Yeah,
November
what
13th.
happened? What are the highlights?
It was pretty much same.
Pretty dry.
That Luis Elizondo, who wrote that Eminent book that I read,
He was
there. And then a
Good.
bunch of the former head of U.S. meteorology for the Navy was there.
Because they
And-
would see things.
Well,
on the-
yeah, and it's so they did talk about new things, including, and I was like, of course they're doing it right now when no one's looking.
Mhm.
Of course. So I do the one thing that the right and left can agree on in Congress and the House and the Senate is UAPs, because it's a truly nonpartisan,
I love
bipartisan
That's the one thing
It's
we
the
can
one thing they
reach
can
across
agree
the
on.
aisle.
So they're on a panel together. So they're all like, at least they're working together in this. So, which is like, makes me think if we ever were under threat, maybe we would actually unite. But
this
who
is
knows?
maybe what we need is an alien threat to really bring us together.
These people, so they had 4 specialists on. They all think that it is a threat.
Okay.
Mostly because it's like, they're getting whatever these are, be it they're from Earth or not, it's entering our airspace without our consent or ability to detect them.
Mm-hmm.
The craziest things I learned were the meteorologist guy got an email in the last decade from a this naval fleet off the coast of California and like the Pacific were running a drill, which they do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he emailed this top secret. There's like secret email like addresses you can send stuff to that goes off. That's like classified. And he emailed him and a bunch of other people and was like, "Hey, is the Air Force supposed to be interfering with our drill? Is this part of the drill? Because we've had near misses with several of our fighter jets in the last couple days with unidentified aircraft. They've approached and almost hit like a few of our F-15s or whatever."
Whoa.
And they were all like, "No, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Okay, well, we're being like currently followed by several craft." And that's that video where we saw it locked onto the thing and they were like cheering. They've been dealing with that all week. They were being like stalked, this naval
Gang stalked.
and descending from a high altitude and then stopping like 200 feet above, like descending from like 80,000 feet to like 200 feet above the air within seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, the email was gone. It was disappeared from his email, messages. They all verified it was gone. And they never talked about it again. And the guy who emailed it never like said anything.
That's like who's hacking your email.
Well, I'm sure.
I guess it's a work email.
Yeah.
So they do whatever they want.
But then one thing that was one anecdote that was crazy was that in the 80s, a nuclear submarine, a U.S. submarine, detected what they thought was a Russian torpedo approaching them, and then at a speed that only a missile or torpedo could do. And right before it hit them, it stopped and started maneuvering around and then followed in their wake for like minutes and then shot out and disappeared at a speed that's like, and this was in the 80s.
Wow.
So there's like USOs, unidentified submersible objects, and then UAP. And two of the guys on the 4 panel said they were certain it's not of this earth. 2 of the others, one of them was a former NASA head, said that they can't rule out that it's not from Earth, but they just simply do not know. So they think the threat is that an alien threat, or if it's a technology that an adversary has, but they mostly don't think it is, because they think the speeds and maneuverability of these crafts are not anything that on Earth we have anything in our arsenal.
So they're just like casing the joint, trying to figure out like what we have.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, if they are aliens, then they're probably like drones manned by something, but like they're intelligently manned, but it's probably like a scouting. And they showed one video of a craft that looks like a jellyfish in a war zone that was like maneuvering without detection on radar, and they picked it up in like some sort of night vision, and you see it, and it's like it looks like a jellyfish.
Whoa.
And it's not moving, but it has like tendrils hanging off it, and it's moving over, like I think they're in Kuwait or something.
Damn.
Or not Kuwait, like Afghanistan, some war zone in the Middle East that was in the last 20 years.
Here's my pitch that I'm lobbing out, like my theory.
Okay.
That's only based on me watching Interstellar on the plane like a few days ago. Is I think that what if it's us trying to warn us about like war shit and like nuclear war,
but why wouldn't
army
we just
stuff?
Why wouldn't that's true? That's fair. I just don't know why we wouldn't just come out and be like, hey.
Why you wouldn't just send like a fucking
emissary?
email? Yeah.
That it could be us from the future, or like us a million years in the future, or like a billion years in the future.
Yeah.
Or it's like interdimensional.
I think it's interdimensional.
I don't know. I mean, one theory that I read, and I think I even mentioned on a previous pod, is that, but they talk about it in the book, and I think they were talking about it yesterday, is that the reason why they're able to maneuver is that they think that a theory is that the craft is able to generate anti-gravity around it.
Mm-hmm.
So in a bubble, it can defy. But the Congress people were talking about it.
Oh, okay.
And then Lauren Bobart came on and started talking about like hybrid testing going on in like undersea civilization. I was like, girl, you need to go back to Rifle, where the fuck you're from, Ms. Beetlejuice. She gets on. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
But it's pretty wild.
That is wild.
I thought there was going to be another one today, but I think it was just yesterday. But the
Story developing.
The one thing that the NASA guy really also, he said he wants NASA to be used because NASA has such a sterling reputation in the public because it's like so transparent and beloved. And they all agree that the government has been using stigma and like smearing to anyone that speaks about it. They were smeared immediately as like a crazy person.
Yeah. That's what happened to that guy.
Yeah. But Luis Elizondo is he's like, he was the head of the Pentagon's department for this. So like,
yeah. And he's invited to the hearing. So it's like clearly he's someone,
like, he said, I'm not
person.
a conspiracy theorist. Like I believe in, he was a microbiologist.
And he's selling out shows.
Yeah. He's at the
fucking
City Winery in Philly.
Know.
Anyway, something to look forward to. Because they did say, a report said in the next month or two that we're supposed to hear that there is verifiable evidence.
So crazy.
Some quack said that, and some former NASA person.
I believe.
So stay tuned. Sup will be the first to report.
I want to get like interdimensional. I don't want to get lost in the interdimensions, but I would like to like experience another dimension.
If we use anti-gravity, we could travel interstellar. That was the whole thing in the movie.
Yeah.
She solves gravity, and they're able to get off the Earth.
I don't know if I want to travel like interstellar.
I'm afraid of flying, but I somehow like want to go to space. What's that about?
I want to, like, I kind of want to go to space, but then I feel like it would really freak me out once I'm up there, just how far away you are.
Empty.
Even like I follow some TikToks that are just like from space stations that like look out the window at Earth, and it makes me feel a certain way. Makes me feel crazed. I would think I might lose it in space. No 42s.
Mm-mm. I guess we should get into Salt Lake. I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy
Unique Podcast. Salty Utah
Queens.
Mew Mews.
We're back in Palm Springs.
Ooh, the winds are coming.
In Thermal.
I like when it's like kind of cloudy in Palm Springs, but windy.
And cold.
But like also hot at the same time. It happens.
Lisa and Daddy John are talking about the ultimatum that's been served up by Sir Todd.
That they're going to have to leave if they don't stop the drama. And Lisa goes, what happened? She goes, this is so comfortable to me. This is so uncomfortable for me. Oh my God.
I hate to see baby girl Lisa sad.
John looks hot.
John's really hot.
What's happening?
He's you know what? He's taking a stand for his woman, and there's nothing sexier.
Todd is a big curmudgeon.
I kind of like it.
I do too, but I'm also like, this is the show, man.
I know he's like doesn't understand what he signed up for. But
John's sitting there.
It's good to have someone like him in the mix.
True. Lisa's positively shaken by Todd.
I would be too.
I would be.
I mean, he's the richest one there. Like, if I was a husband, I'd be like, thank God I'm on this trip because I want to get some FaceTime with like CEO Todd.
Also, but Todd is he's like the friend's dad who's really mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like everyone and when you were kidding, there's always like one kid whose parents were like, one of his parents were actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like I had a kid who we would carpool, and I stepped on the leather once, and he went, "Don't you step on the leather!"
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Todd would scream about the leather.
Mm-hmm. John's in a backwards baseball cap, just looking, or basketball hat, just looking hot.
Everyone sits to have like an awkward lunch, and Lisa Barlow initiates a convo with Bronwyn.
She and Bronwyn's captain working out on the remix.
Bronwyn reaches a point amidst this episode where she's gone full Art the Clown.
What? She is Art the Clown.
She's Art the Clown in one of her like confessionals. I was like, we have arrived.
What's that gum that had like the zebra on it with the rainbow?
She is that.
She is that, whatever, I forget that gum name, but she is so that.
She is
strip
that
of gum.
zebra.
Yeah.
In a clown costume.
She's true clone.
She's cloyne.
And
she's Pates Barone.
She's Pates Barone. She's Madeline, who's like the mischievous Spanish boy whose parents are from Spain. Who Madeline and the Parisian orphan girls meet.
Oh.
She's that little boy. He always wears like little like clown suits.
Mm-hmm. Lisa's like, it's really hard to be me because you have people like Whitney lying, making up lies. Everything's a lie that she says.
Whitney goes, I am not lying.
I literally, when Whitney was talking, I was like, who is that guy sitting next to her? And it was Sean. I was like, oh my God, that's gay
where was
Sean?
Sean was out. He went to the...
No, but he was sitting next to it. I was like, who's this stranger, this new blood? And then I was like, oh no, it's Sean. And I'm happy that he's like more in the mix now.
Sean's good.
He is good.
I thought you were going to say, who's this guy? And it was Whitney. Whitney goes, I am not lying. And then Justin and Lisa start going at it.
Yeah, Lisa's like, no man has ever... My husband would never talk to a woman the way you talk to me, saying fuck, fuck, fuck. And Justin, Cabbage Patch Doll.
He's like garbage kid. He's garbage pail kid.
He's a garbage pail kid.
Yes.
I truly
I can't
cannot
look at
stand him.
He's literally a caroler. He's one of those decorations, the carolers, where they're like...
He's Humpty Dumpty. He's also like... He's like a little like impish kid. He's very like a Christmas Story, like a kid that would like get his tongue stuck to the pole.
He is. He's very caroler. This is what I'm talking about. Rosy cheeked with a big winter coat. He belongs in like 1940s Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Can't Whitney just get him? Like if she just got him a different outfit.
Can't she just not be married to him?
I know. That's what I thought too. Like, can't you just leave him?
They're locked in now.
Why are they so locked in?
I think because they both ruined their marriages for each other.
And they have the kid.
Bobby Lynn.
Bobby?
Or Bobby Rose.
Bobby Rose.
Bobby Lynn.
The tiny rose. They have the rosebud. Todd goes, I don't like this. I'm going to go sit in the other room. And Bronwyn goes, just stay here with me for a sec. I love Todd being like, I don't like this.
He's like, I've had a whole weekend in 1 hour. And then Lisa goes, there's more proof in my tequila than what comes out of you. So I was like, what?
She thought about that for a while. It did make sense.
It did.
I go, Todd, are you not familiar with the genre?
No, he's not.
He's not.
He's in like Korea making deals.
John Barlow, the sex appeal has never been higher than in Thermal.
Really getting to know him, getting to spend time with him, other than just being like sort of like standoffish with wide eyes in the back.
He's comfortable now on camera a little bit.
We didn't get to talk about it really, or I guess we glossed over it. Or did they not show it? When Lisa's talking to her sister about Henry not getting invited, or no one's coming to his birthday. Mm-hmm. Seeing that again
was sad.
Made me upset.
I know.
Then we go back to cold ass Utah to the fentanyl palace.
Well, John goes, Lisa has never lied about anyone at this table, which I'm pretty sure is not true.
I think she's categorically lied about.
And then Sean goes, didn't she call you a bitch though to Hengie? And then I go, Sean is wearing a bold lip at lunch.
He is.
He had some pink lipstick on.
He went into town for a little.
He did.
He went into like one of those like...
Tony.
Sean hit the Palm Springs... Indian Canyon Road.
He went to Sephora.
He went to a gay lunch in Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm. He had a couple of Bloody Marys at like drag brunch, wandered into a Sephora and bought a shade of rouge that struck his fancy. drunk drove back to Thermal to go have lunch with the girls and stir up drama.
I love how they have a giant lake.
I know, it's so wild.
Do you think that's, can you swim in that?
I think so.
I feel like it's, to me, it was reading a little like pond scummy.
Sean goes, he's like, Hengie was like, she did call me a bitch. And then Sean goes, it's borderline abusive. I was like, no, that's like pretty straight up abusive to call someone a bitch. And Lisa goes, oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Hengie is my favorite.
She's really good. There's something about her.
She's funny. She's cheeky.
Is funny. Wait, did you see that Seth is an SVP at Big Lots?
No.
He's like works at Big Lots as like in.
What do you mean?
Like the company Big Lots?
Like corporate?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you meant he works like at a Big Lots. I was like, what?
He's late for his shift at Big Lots.
I thought
no,
Big
he's
Lots
like
went...
senior vice president.
Oh, I thought it went out of business. They've been closing some here.
Well,
there's
he
still one in the valley.
work. That's why he's wanted so badly in Ohio.
Yeah, Seth has to leave the next morning to head back. And Meredith is not happy about Seth going.
I feel like Seth is also trying to like keep his cool and be like silly in front of Todd to impress a fellow businessman.
Maybe. But this is the cycle he and Meredith go through.
They've got to work it the fuck out. You're telling me this man can't get a job anywhere but Ohio?
Something's up.
He's got to be cheating, right?
You think? I don't think he cheats.
Getting some of that Ohio strange.
I think if anything she would cheat. For some reason he doesn't read as cheater to me.
Let's see.
He reads as like maybe once gets like an erotic massage.
Yeah. He gets like a release.
And then feels really guilty about it. But
and tells Meredith.
Yeah. But Meredith to me reads, she's more like, come see me in my boudoir.
Yeah, she is like horned up.
But maybe
also,
they cheat on each other.
If you're gonna go to Ohio all the time, someone's gonna have to cheat.
And we know it's in Ohio. Les Wexner. I'm kidding.
I am speechless over the next scene.
Okay, let me just say something. I applaud Mary for putting this on camera because I think this is her way of getting to her son.
Yeah.
And I actually think it's really smart what she's doing. Because at first I was like, why is she agreeing to do this? This is so horrifying. And then I was like, this is like basically intervention.
No, and the intervention head inside me it rose from the dead, a zombie hand through the soil and said, we're so fucking back.
I actually think Mary, maybe this is giving her way too much credit, but if I believe she's in some kind of therapy, I think that perhaps she consulted with someone about what can she do.
I think she's incredibly savvy.
That wife
needs to go.
Get her out.
She needs to
She
go.
is. Wait.
She
what?
is no
So Mary comes
good.
into Robert Jr.'s Ariaster room, as Laura said. And his bed is the size of my living room.
He has like a suite. He had like a coffee machine in his room.
It's like 2 p.m. He and his wife are in bed eating. What were they eating?
Donuts or something?
Donuts. They're in bed laying.
They were like shoveling donuts down their gullets, like crumbs everywhere. I was like, you guys, like something ain't right.
Mary goes, knock, knock. And she comes in. She goes, can I come in? And then the wife sits up and she goes, you look cute. I was like imagining me saying that to my mother-in-law.
Something's wrong with that girl, right? Like, I don't think they're just like on weed.
No.
That's more than weed.
She also looked like...
Unless they're doing like dabs. Is that the heavy weed?
I think they're doing something a little harder.
I think they're doing...
Did she have a black eye?
She just has puffy eyes.
But the makeup... She's a little Art the Clown with her makeup.
Her aura is dark. Her energy, she's got to go.
I think they're both rancid. Their vibes are red. But the first step is...
She rose from the dead. She did go.
She went, you're cute. Laying in bed vertical. If my mother-in-law came in, I would jump out of bed, make myself... I would literally be like up standing at attention. She's in bed like feeding the son, feeding Robert Jr., and Meredith sits down and she's like, well, you're still in bed?
She goes, so what are you
gonna do with your day?
What are you gonna do this week? And they just are, it's silence. It was about a minute of silence. I was like, this is incredible.
Crickets. And he goes, and the daughter goes like that. The daughter-in-law goes like this.
He goes,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was like, one of you has to snap to it.
She goes, did you pick up around here? And the daughter-in-law goes, yeah, just And Mary goes, I'm worried about you, Robert Jr. Like, you two, I feel like I'm talking to babies right now. There's a whole world out there that you're not prepared for, and I'm worried about you.
And the daughter's like...
She's literally Amber Tamblyn in The Ring.
She literally...
What's it, the clown makeup? It felt like she did it really fast. Right? Did you get that vibe?
I just was like, she's unhealthy. She has eye bags. You're like 19 years old. You don't have eye bags at like 19. It was like you're living in an unhealthy lifestyle. The two of you are the worst thing that ever happened to each other. They're literally like that movie with Heath Ledger and that other Australian actress, like Hard Candy or like Rock Candy or something.
Mm-hmm.
There was like some movie about like heroin addicts. They're giving like heroin vibes.
It's a little train spotting.
It's a bit morphine.
They need to...
Or Fent patches or something.
I don't know what the deal is, but they need to lose each other yesterday. And
that girl needs to get kicked to the damn curb. Send her back to her family.
She needs help too. Like
she does, but I'm also like,
but I'm not,
get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like, scram.
Scram. Mary should say scram.
But I think she's afraid if she tells her to scram, RJ will scram. So she has to keep this strega around. I was truly like, Mary has more patience than I do, because I'd be like hiring bodyguards to like take this bitch out.
In this moment, I was like, Mary, you may have headed like a questionable organization that had questionable policies and questionable grip on its patrons, but in this moment, you are a saint. You're
Honestly,
a saint. You're a martyr in this moment. I'm like, you're Princess Diana.
I stand with what I said ages ago, which is if you were in Mary's cult, that's your own damn fault. That is on you.
But I was like, who does she look like? No one.
Your worst nightmare. A girl like that, especially a white girl, shows up around your son and you're like, God damn it.
Mary,
this is Mary. Good. When a white girl with that dark black hair starts hanging around your firstborn.
Talk about rouge.
Oh, you are in for it.
It looked like, did you ever see Death in Venice?
Mm-mm.
There's like a cholera outbreak happening in Venice at the time, and everyone's like, at the end he gets it and he's all pale, and he goes to a guy.
They're trying to rouge him up, so
and
he doesn't
rouge him. He goes to a place and they rouge him up and give him like a bold red lip to make him look. That's what she looks like. She looks like she's a
Venetian horror story.
She is a Venetian. She's a Venetian clown.
She's a Venetian clown mask.
She's a Venetian plague clown.
Yeah.
And I need her to go, and you need to get clean. And I did like how she was talking about Robert. I'm worried about you. Like, she wasn't saying like.
She just accepts that this bitch is here, but like addresses him. And
he
knows.
The girl's feeding him, like he's going.
It's so bizarre.
What
are they on?
She's literally going. You look cute.
They could just be on so much weed, they're like catatonic. But weed's strong
these days, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're on, but they're on something. And they're on whatever it is that you do when you're in bed at 2 p.m. on a winter day and eating donuts. Mm-mm. And you have rouge on your face.
No. They're giving morphine couple.
Like, I could do my makeup better than her. And I'm like not a good makeup person.
I'm dying at her going, she's Nosferatu.
You look cute.
I love. What are you gonna do this week? I don't know, Tony.
Well, that's the only thing we see of Utah. No Heather Gay or Brittany this episode.
You know what? I did miss Brittany, but the person I don't miss is Heather Gay.
Brittany just posted a song of her singing "Break Free" by Ariana Grande in her mellifluous musical theater voice. Mm-hmm. So good.
I love her. She's a key player this season. Snooze.
Yeah.
The only thing I was like, that the Top Gun interstitial gave to me was like Justin Humpty Dumptying in the sand, and I was like, he falls over at one point, and I was like, God damn it, this guy. Later,
they're getting ready for the anniversary dinner for Todd and Bronwyn, which I forgot. This was an anniversary trip, and
oh yeah,
Wild Rose is doing makeup while Justin's ironing his pants.
Wild Rose, it cuts to like all the ladies getting ready, and you just see Wild Rose with one eyebrow arched and like doing her makeup, and I was like, she's staring Camp right in the eye.
I was like, she is under the tutelage of Trixie McTell right now. She's like Trixie's her drag mother. She goes,
Wild Rose is a drag queen.
She goes, things are so awkward with Lisa. And Justin just goes, ugh.
He's like, yeah. Well.
And she goes, but at the end of the day, she can deny it all she wants, but I trust my source. I go, your source is some gay guy.
A gay fan.
You're like, I trust my source.
Also,
what are you, the FBI?
You did use Alibaba jewelry.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch. Just say it. Just say it. Say it.
I trust my source.
Be real.
Above all else.
She's still, another week goes by with Whitney not being real about Alibaba.
Todd's gift to Bronwyn is like a $4 million necklace. Did he buy that for her, or did he just rent it?
I think he bought it, because last episode, like, the jewel dealer...
No, I know.
...drove it.
That is crazy.
That had me on the floor. I was like, how
long have they been married? Like 20 years?
Well...
How old was Bronwyn?
I was like... First I was like, girl, what that mouth do? But then... but then I was like, what has Todd done? Because I feel like you don't get jewelry like that unless you've like had a child out of wedlock. That naughty. To me is like,
I've been naughty.
I've been a very naughty man.
Maybe. Or he's just
like obsessed with her.
I think he's just obsessed with her.
And he's so $4 million. That's shocking.
Do you think it was a rent?
A rental? No, I think it's a gift.
Wow. Well, someone's having...
I also would not feel comfortable just like wearing that in front of people.
No, especially in this post Kim Kardashian, like
if I was on the crew, I'd be like calling up some people to like
heist?
Rob. Yeah, I bet you
need security. Like
your mind has to go to like, what if I rob this bitch a little bit?
Well, yeah, but also like
they must have security on
Yeah,
hand.
do you think you get extra security when you have like a diamond like that?
You probably have to pay. They probably have someone there, and as soon as I don't think like everyone goes to sleep and the $4 million necklace is on the bedside table.
No,
it must go directly to a security guard who then takes it and puts it in like a lock box in a bank.
I would be afraid to wear it. I think
you can't wear. I'm also like, what is that for? Maybe it's a money laundering thing. Maybe it's like we're trying, or not money laundering, but like trying to put money. It's like prepper. It's like if the dollar tanks, at least you'll have a $4 million diamond necklace. Know? He knows. This is a heads up necklace.
He's a heads up. He's leave the world behind.
I want one.
A heads up necklace?
Or a necklace.
This made me want one.
I also was like, I talked about this with Michelle, but I was like, I'd kind of feel weird asking for a $4 million necklace. I'd be pretty nice after I got that.
I don't think Bron, knowing her just from the show, I feel like she wouldn't ask. She would just insinuate.
She's like, these are the options.
Yeah.
She was like, a $2 million earrings or a $4 million necklace. And it's really a trap because they're both correct thing is you get both. Option B is the necklace, which I won't fuck you tonight, but maybe I'll consider it next month. And option C is the earrings, in which case we're filing for divorce tomorrow.
She used the Dune voice on Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the necklace. Oh, Dune Prophecy comes out Sunday. It actually looks good.
That's a show.
Yeah, about the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah. I'll let you watch it and you can report back.
They featured the voice in a new trailer, and I had chills.
Okay, I love that.
So Lisa, everyone's like dressed pretty to the nines, but then Lisa rolls out wearing like green khaki pants.
She's in like a
Cargo-
she's really in a
cargo
place of like
pants?
cargo pants this whole trip.
She goes, "Oh, am I underdressed? Am I too casual?"
Am I too casual? Bronwyn looks good in her dress. I was like, finally you're wearing something that's like not a clown.
Mango. Yeah, she was out of her Art the Clown Pates Barone era, and she's fully just like
She's being elegant.
rich wife.
Yeah, she's
They have-
being beautiful.
They have their friends over, which are just like random business associates of Todd's, like
And
his
you hear
lawyer.
Todd talking to someone. He goes about Lisa and John. He goes, these guys own a tequila company. And the guy goes, that's cool. And Todd goes, yeah, mediocre tequila. I said, she's reading. She came to
Whoa.
read tonight.
Telling you,
That's like,
straight men are the bitchiest.
I got a real chill down my spine when Todd the billionaire,
I'm sure that hurt.
that
I'm sure that hurt Lisa.
I think also Lisa is threatened by Bron because she was the one that was like, my $60,000 ring, my $60,000
God.
ring.
I blacked that out because it was
It was horrible.
horrible to behold.
But now
My $4 million necklace.
a $4 million, like there's nowhere to go from there. Like Lisa can never, she's
High on the hill, it's a lonely goat herd, lady on a lady on a lady.
down. This is bad behavior. This is bad.
Come here, Tony.
You are
Come
a
here.
supermodel though.
Come here.
He's no.
No,
Hey,
no. Come here. Don't break your little legs. Yeah. I bet Lisa went in while they were sleeping and just went and put the necklace on and like masturbated.
I mean, as soon as she saw Bronwyn, she just goes, "Oh, is that your necklace?" Like, didn't even say hello.
No, I know. And they'd just been fighting and Bronwyn's like, but she's like, wow, she goes right for the I'm like, well, what do you, come on.
It's Lisa Barlow. What do you want?
Lisa Barlow.
Also, you can't wear a $4 million necklace and then be like, of course they noticed the necklace.
Yeah, shut up.
You're wearing a necklace that's like literally the same price as a luxury mansion.
Art needs to chill.
Art went a little off.
Also, this episode's very like courtesan, like palace intrigue. Like they're all such little gossips. You see,
And it was also like a real like study of class.
Wild Rose and Hengie pulls Hengie aside and she goes, she goes, a Meredith Marks hat on Seth. What is he thinking? And it says Brooks Marks.
Also, Meredith is in a skirt suit. She was positively dressed for the boardroom. She was.
Do you remember Red Lobster had boardrooms?
Did they?
They had like a
private.
it was like a private diner, but they call it like the boardroom.
Red Lobster was truly the pinnacle
good.
of wealth to me. Like, I was like, it's seafood. Like, after church, if we went to Red Lobster, I was like, we've ascended.
I know.
I was like, it's lobster.
The only time I ever went was in Times Square with my roommate, and we were high.
After church, there was a road called Memorial Road that had like Olive Garden, Red Lobster, like all the chains next to each other. So it was a real choose your own adventure. And I'd always be like, please God, let us go to Red Lobster.
There's a God. Please.
Gotta get that
Let
shrimp
us go to Red
scampi.
Lobster. I
Yeah.
need to get that seafood tower.
Get some of the cheddar biscuits.
She goes, a Meredith Marks hat. Oh. But it was like, the perspective was like they were in front and Meredith and Seth were behind. I was like, this is literally like Versailles.
It was like the mingling at the Medici Palazzo.
Yeah. Angie, they sit down to dinner.
And Bron is starting to like joke about her and Todd's marriage. And she said something. What did she say? She was like, it's miserable but beautiful, kind of like our marriage. And then Meredith goes, they have an unusual engagement with each other.
They do.
They do.
They
My
have a
jaw's
weird-
dropped.
They're bizarre. Sorry. It's not even the age gap. It's just something else.
It's very strange that you're getting a $4 million necklace and you're having like a beautiful anniversary weekend and you're
Negging.
not happy. And
Yeah.
negging is like,
Something's up.
it makes me uncomfortable.
Angie goes, well, okay, everyone. I'm going to do something that we all are so excited about. We're going to play the Newlywed game.
Hengie is truly the producer's number one henchman. Henchman.
She's the game maker. She's like
But I don't
Hunger
begrudge
Games.
her for it.
She's like the guy in Hunger Games. What's like the little like, what's his name? the Wes Bentley character who has like a little mustache who does the games. We're gonna play the Newlywed game now.
And she goes, first question, who's the person that apologizes first? Lisa writes, me, with a heart and an arrow through it. And then John writes, Lisa. I was like, John knows how to play this game because Lisa's never apologized to anyone a day in her life.
The only person that the men say the women apologize first, and the only one who doesn't is Sean and Angie.
Sean goes, me.
I do.
And then Hengie goes, Greeks don't apologize. And I was like, I love that.
And then it gets to, what's your husband's favorite sexual position? And then Lisa goes, oh my God. She goes, oh my God, I'm so private.
I don't want to say.
I know, I'm so private. Oh my God.
John Barlow writes Lisa on top. And
bouncing.
Then everyone's like, ooh. And Lisa goes, oh my God. And then he writes bouncing underneath. I was like,
for some reason,
John.
I went, oh. Like, I was literally like, ew. I don't know why.
I don't know either. It really made me like.
What's that Mormon thing? The
soaking.
It's like soaking.
But isn't a soak you just put it in, then you just are still?
And then someone else bounces.
Oh, so then you're not really fucking? Because is a third party there?
Yeah.
To go like this?
To bounce. That's the soaker.
Wait, I just thought anal was the loophole.
No, I think I'm just imagining Lisa on top and then someone soaking.
She goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Lisa, by the way, when they were fighting her, I was like, in the last episode, I was like, she has huge jugs.
Racks. I know.
Holy shit.
I got a real eyeful of the jugs at the start of this episode.
God.
And I too was jugged.
I was like positively Miss Jugs Barlow over here. I was like, holy shit. No wonder John likes
She's
her.
bouncing.
And then Sean says, everyone else says missionary. Or no, anything.
Whitney wrote,
everyone.
Cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, BJ. Todd goes, thanks for what he said.
He's like, well, now we know a lot about you guys. And Meredith goes, I don't disclose.
Hengie said, from behind. I was like, wait,
no.
to tell on him. Girl,
he wrote
we know.
Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, again, from behind. He's so gay. Do you think any...
They're playing with us.
It's fun.
They're playing with us now. I love it. Do you think she's gay too?
Maybe.
Do they have a lavender mare?
She could have...
I feel like she's a little...
She does a little tingle for me. My lesbian tingle goes off.
I think that they might have a little arrangement.
That bed's so huge.
Well, their daughter sleeps with them every night, so I don't think they're having sex.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I love from behind.
From behind. I was like...
Shocking. Whitney and Lisa Barlow.
Whitney goes, thank you for doing that, Hengie. We have never brought the husbands in. And then Lisa goes, never.
And they squash their drama. They like tie it up in a bow. And Meredith goes, that was really nice. And that was really nice to see.
And then Sean and Meredith start going at it.
They go head to head.
Because Sean's like, well, I'm still like, I have beef with you still. And she's like, and I have beef with you still.
I said, Meredith, fighting with the gay is a true ally.
She goes, what is this? You claim that I hide behind the LGBT community, behind my son. I didn't appreciate that.
She says, I thought we had a nice conversation, but now we didn't. I was kind of like tuned out. She's now, according to Meredith, he's like brought her kid into it, which is not the case.
That's not what he's saying. And then
Whitney goes,
show us the proof.
We need proof.
And then Seth reads the headline from Sean's, that was like some like weird blog headline. And he goes, here's the proof, biatch.
I didn't like this. He needs to take a page out of the Daddy John Barlow book.
That was aggressive.
It was too aggressive.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was he suddenly?
I was like, don't take your like Ohio women hatred out on fucking the Wild Rose.
I saw a hatred in his eyes in that moment. I saw rage. I saw something I didn't like. Mm-hmm. Something I haven't really seen in Seth before. It scared me.
And what's interesting is Meredith said that she always apologizes first. She said, I apologize all the time for things I didn't even do.
But as I said before, I think that's a real yell house. I think Meredith is. I think Meredith.
She's a rager.
She's just a yeller, and I think Seth. I think he has a lot of rage. Right? Can't you just imagine them yelling at each other?
I could see it.
Proof, biatch.
That made me uncomfortable. Also, just biatch. It's weird. Hengie goes, okay, let's change the subject. In other news, I love Todd. He's one of the funner ones at the table tonight. It's like, and then she says to the least fun person at the table.
She knows that
she's amazing.
Hengie goes, and I see that Gwen is reconnecting with her grandparents. And then Todd goes, we're not going there.
We're not
going there.
This is over.
This is
not
over.
a minefield.
And Hengie goes, oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was just like a nice story. I'm sorry. I was like, Todd,
get a grip.
Shut the fuck up. You're a stepdad.
You know what? I think that Todd, I kind of do think that it's just coming from a place of being protective and being like an old man who doesn't understand that like you talk about this.
No,
like I don't get a sinister vibe.
I don't think he's sinister. I'm just still like, shut up.
I know. He's like, done.
We're done. We're done. He's just like he's like a grouchy grandpa-husband. And
it's a bit EJ Global vibes, a tad. It's like a edging, like him shutting the wife down. Mm-hmm. But also like, if a man gets, that's the dark side of a $4 million necklace is like,
we're not going there.
A man can tell you to shut up after he gives you a $4 million necklace.
We are not. But the difference with him and Tom Girardi was that
the
Todd
necklace is
had
real.
The money.
Yeah.
And wasn't.
So far.
They go to a NASCAR game, a NASCAR race, and they go VIP. And I wrote,
you've been there. Mm-hmm. The Wild Rose is not so sure about Todd's story of just being protective. At dinner, after he said, Bron said he's just super protective, it cuts to Wild Rose and she goes,
what does she have up her sleeve?
She's always having something up her sleeve.
She's a schemer.
She goes, after the dinner, I don't know if it was just pure exhaustion, but we ended up having a good time. And everyone like played pool. Meredith like beat everyone at pool in her skirt suit. Meredith is like a sly, sexy lady.
She is. I love her just going.
I love her bending over a pool table in that skirt suit.
Yeah, they got really drunk, all of them.
Yeah.
They were like the drunk where you like put stuff on your head.
They're so crazy. This is the moment where I said, I don't miss Heather one bit. Mm-mm. In fact, she sucks up a lot of energy.
She does.
And she's exhausting. She's exhausting.
We were so exhausting.
We're so exhausted that we had a fun time.
That we had no choice but to go back to Milwaukee. No, Whitney, we're not going back to Milwaukee ever. Oh, okay.
Oh, I booked
it's just where my drag mother lives.
One-way ticket to Milwaukee.
So then
rich people love race car drivers.
Listen.
It's chic. It's a chic partnership.
As someone who never thought I would ever go to a NASCAR situation, it's really fun and exciting.
But Indy 500, this might be a guy question. NASCAR is not. Do rich people care about NASCAR drivers, or they care more about Indy 500? Or is there a difference? Are the cars different?
No, the Indy 500 is a race in it's NASCAR.
With NASCAR?
Yeah, it's 500 laps. It's the same thing. NASCAR is like one.
When anyone says NASCAR, I just think of like children's toys. It's
actually exciting.
What's Formula One? That's
Isn't that
different.
Europe? Different type of cars. That's like Monaco, right?
Yeah, they're different cars.
It's like Steve McQueen.
Lewis Hamilton.
Who's that? NASCAR, I gotta say, guys are fucking hot.
They are hot.
They're all hot.
It's hot to drive a car fast. Just in circles.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's real exciting, and I get why rich people go.
I need to look into this. It's a true place I've never set one foot in is anywhere near
Listen, I never thought I would too. And then,
I know, but when you went, I was like, oh, this is chic.
And I was lucky that
You're blessed to have the
entry
VIP treatment.
was very nice. So like, I'm sure if I
No, I don't want to go in like the stands with like people eating popcorn.
but something about a man in that suit.
I want to go walk on
and
the
I
floor.
went down to the.
I know. I want to go
guys.
down and see the guys.
Come on.
I want a
seeing them-
handshake moment, and then I want a sweet. They bring a race car driver down, and Lisa goes, "Ooh, take your shirt off." And John Barlow goes, "Take your shirt off, fine. Just don't take Lisa to dinner." And I was like, he's playing ball now. I love it. I love a guy joking about being cucked.
Yeah.
And then Seth goes, asking for a friend. Are you single? And I was like, Seth, shut
Shut up, Seth. Go back to Cleveland, bitch.
And this guy goes,
Biatch.
I am not. I have a wife and a son. I was like, he was trained well.
If they ask you if you're single, you say no. You have a wife and a son that you love very much.
You have a baby son.
You have a baby son and another baby on the way, an Irish twin baby.
He really hopped to it.
Mhm.
I was like, good man.
So then they head back, and Seth has to leave.
Well, they watch the race. Meredith is freezing. She goes, ooh, it's freezing. And then the Wild Rose turns to Cabbage Patch, and she goes, why does Meredith always look pissed off? And he goes, that's just a resting face. My ex-wife had that. And I was like, how
dare
you?
you? When this marriage was born in an affair. How dare you?
Yeah, no
how
wonder
dare
her
you called her name?
Her resting face was a scowl. She was married to you.
Yeah, she was married a garbage pail over here. I would be scowling in my sleep.
Every day she woke up and had to look at you with like a little
radish head.
like little coveralls on.
Go fuck
licking
yourself.
an ice cream cone.
Miss Rose.
Bron's like, can I talk to you? And they start talking. Then Bronwyn goes, I actually can't talk when there are cars around, so
True.
let's talk later. Then Hengie and Sean flirt by the pool. I could watch an entire. I didn't like their like weird volleyball games that they played last episode,
No.
but I could watch 45 minutes straight of Hengie just in high heels stepping around a lawn.
Hengie in a bikini with with like a robe and like a silk robe and like stiletto pumps.
No,
Just
she was in
lucite.
short shorts and
Yeah.
a stiletto pump. She goes, do you like how I'm aerating the lawn? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, this is riveting television.
Hengie's riveting.
She's riveting. She just has star power.
She does.
And she knows that he
Is gay. No,
but I
don't
think
know.
when you're a
I don't
star
know if
like her.
I actually don't know if he's gay.
No, I know. I just like to tease.
I know, but he knows she's a star, and he lets her.
They're hot together too.
They are. They love
They've
each other.
always been hot together.
He's a gentleman.
He is a gentleman.
He doesn't like that Seth
called her a bitch. He doesn't like anyone calling his girl a bitch. Then Seth talks to Meredith. He's about to leave. He goes, are we cool? I delayed and as much as possible. And she's like, sure. And he goes, I have to fly to Minneapolis and then Columbus. And she goes, well, that sounds awful. Love you. I was like, you're toast.
She's in the doghouse. He's gonna have to buy her a $4 million necklace.
I don't think SVP at Big Lots makes that kind of money.
Until not for long.
Bron and LB sit by the pool. And they like squash drama. I was kind of fuging at this point.
Me too.
The only thing I cared about was like a flashback to Bronwyn crying alone with like one dog staring into the distance and the other dog looking directly at the camera.
I know.
And I was like,
That's you.
like a boxer staring into the camera while you're crying. I was like, this is camp.
It is.
So I was like, who gives a fuck about Heather? Fire her.
Fire her ass. This was my favorite part. So Bronwyn booked everyone on like a little like regional flight back. It's like a 60-minute flight back to Utah from Palm Springs, and she put her and her husband they had 4 first class seats. She put Todd and herself up there, and she put everyone else in coach. Lisa is positively not doing herself any favors getting in Todd's good graces. She is so pissed about being in coach. She goes, look, I'm in 17C. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Why did she do? She goes, why did she do this? Where
What?
are you? Where
What
are
did
you
she-
sitting? What? She's like, there's a conspiracy against Lisa. This is
Everyone
how I
is in
feel when I don't get the upgrade.
Everyone is in coach except Todd, but she is like the only one that's
She's
experiencing.
personally victimized. Like nothing is ever cut this deep.
And Bronwyn is obviously, this isn't going to do her any favors. It's not going to get her into the Bronwyn Todd fan club.
No, you need to like play nice and also just say thank you. Also, it's literally the lowest stakes flight.
Yeah, but I love that Lisa.
I love coach drama.
love coach drama.
No, she goes, so what are the seats? And then Bronwyn explains, like, there's 4 first class seats. Like, I put us up there and everyone else is in coach. And Lisa goes, none of the accoutrements. She took it to a place of accoutrements.
Accoutre.
What do you want? You want a box with a fucking steak sandwich in it?
This is literally like an American Eagle, like regional
This is
flight.
not, it's not even the good first class.
No, they
For a
give.
60-minute flight, it really is, who cares?
It's a who cares.
Lisa goes, I haven't flown coach since I was in college.
She goes up to Meredith to try to get like Meredith to,
Join her on her crusade.
yeah, and Meredith is just like, oh, it's fine.
Meredith just like popped 4 Xanax.
Yeah,
Like,
Meredith is on.
She's been flying high this whole time.
She just texted Robert Jr. Sorry, that was
She said, you got any extras? And he was like, yeah.
cool.
No, I'm crying. Lisa goes to John. They like sidebar by the kitchen island. And she's like, we could fly to LA and then fly. And it's like, she would rather fly. Like if she found a first class ticket to Europe that routed like you have to fly to like Norway and then fly back
She
to Salt
would.
Lake, she would do it.
It's like how Eric Adams was flying to Turkey to go to Europe because it was like part of the scam. And then when someone questioned why he was going through Istanbul, I believe it was his wife or his like partner, and he said, "Everyone knows you go through Istanbul."
That's Lisa.
They were
Everyone
gonna-
knows you fly to Heathrow.
They were gonna fly to LAX and then to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I was
And
like, that is a
we could-
nightmare.
she was like, we can make a night out of it in LA.
Henry's
fine.
not that. He's not that in trouble. I was like, you're leaving like a 10-year-old alone.
I know. After she just spent all this time being like, I'm an amazing mom, I worry about my son so much. She's like, Henry's okay.
He'll be fine.
We can
We'll
say
go
the
to-
chateau.
Very worst case scenario, we go to LA.
It's amazing.
The halfway trailer.
Oh my God.
I said, this is the best show on TV.
What is happening?
They've really dialed it.
I don't know what are they alluding to?
I don't know.
Meredith,
can't
can we
wait
talk
to
to you
find
for
out.
No. Where are they again?
Who even knows?
Portugal? Lisbon? Mexico.
They'll never get to Europe. At this rate, it's going to be like season 8 or 9 that they finally get to cross.
They're
going to
go to like they
They're
can go to
gonna
like
go.
Slovenia.
They're going to go to like Bratislava.
They're gonna go to like Turkmenistan, which is like a dictatorship. Have you ever seen videos about Turkmen?
Once we're all through with this like Russia Ukraine thing, the fucking
This thing.
this old thing, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City will be on like season 12, and they'll finally get to go to Moscow as their first cast trip across the
God.
Atlantic. Have I seen what?
The videos of Turkmenistan's capital city.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, but it's like a full like dictatorship. It's like this empty city that's just built for tourism.
Yeah, I'd
Wow.
go.
Well, you can.
Tone.
Let's do a shout out to our cult girls.
You're a turkey.
Come here.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer and Tony and Mangel's cult.
Alex Delisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Lucy from London.
Brooke
a place I
Johansson.
love to fly. Brooke Johansson.
Lilia Farrell.
It's a girl, BB.
Gerd, Queen of Brooklyn, FK, Lil Burpee.
Brittany Weiss.
Danielle from The Brim.
Jessica Hernandez.
Mazel Tov Laws.
Mary.
Katie Sulin.
Mike Earhart.
Sharon Baum Realtor.
Timothy Shield,
Matthew Thomas,
Owsley Robinson,
Cheeseburger Bay,
Kathy West,
Kip Moore,
Hillary from Chicago,
Orlando,
Patron of the Fart,
David from Switzerland,
Nick Sedaris,
Mr. Brandon,
Emily,
Kim Lucas,
Drew from Toronto,
Katie the Sup Lawyer,
RJ,
Modern Counseling, McLean, Virginia,
Jeffrey,
Pradama.
Bye.